Okay, so, earlier in the spring we had Michael Cade come and talk to us from the EDC, and he said, we have a lot of interesting programs that we can do, and he said, if you ever would like to have one, something different than what you usually have. I said, sure. So today I have Liz Jamieson, and she's is the program manager for the Washington Center for Women in Business, which is an organization that is, as I recall, covers most of the state, actually. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Liz. Previously, she worked in Workforce Department in the Community and Technical College system and in Human Resources and Healthcare. She's also an entrepreneur, having owned her own website design and development firm in Los Angeles for many years. Liz earned a bachelor's in linguistics and a master's in educational leadership. She has an extensive background in personal and leadership development and in training also. Her purpose in life is to develop people using the tool of entrepreneurship, so this role is an extraordinary fit for her. So she's going to come up and tell us a little bit about what this Washington Center for Women in Business is, their purpose and their accomplishments, and we'll learn a lot more about something that I've never heard of. So come on up here, Liz, and expand on this a little bit for us.
Well, thank you for having me today. Again, I'm Liz Jamieson. I work at the Thurston County Economic Development Council, and the particular program I run is called the Washington Center for Women in Business. And so I'm at this distinct disadvantage not knowing how much you know about us already or not. So some of this is repetition. I hope you will bear with me. But what I usually find when I go out into the community is a lot of folks don't know about us and what we do. So I'm hopeful this will really fill in some gaps and teach you about one of the really cool resources that's right here under our nose that a lot of people don't even know about. So, and really we're just like a few blocks from here, literally. So I hope you'll take advantage of the resources that I talked to you about today. I wanted to start by acknowledging you, because you guys are difference makers. That's why you're here. And sometimes you don't get that acknowledgement. So I just want to thank you for the work that you do in our community and also across the country and across the world. Because I know that the projects that you fund and give your time to, they make a huge difference. So I just wanted to acknowledge you for that. Thank you for the work that you do both here and abroad. I don't know what all the projects of your particular club are, but I know Rotary clubs do amazing work all around the world, and it's a privilege for me to be with you today. So thank you for that. And I think it's one of the things that we have in common, yes? At the Thurston County Economic Development Council, we aim to make a difference. And all of us who are there because we're on a mission to make that difference. And the way we make a difference is to empower entrepreneurs and help folks take charge of their own financial life, create jobs, create a viable, thriving economy in this community. So I wanted to point out, we have that in common. We, like you in Rotary, empower people to be independent financially. We support education, transformation. I believe we are also an organization of generosity, like you, where we give a lot, well beyond anything that we're required to do, because we believe in what we do. And hopefully we're helping the region to be sustainable, by empowering entrepreneurs around locally, regionally, and across the state. We hope to make the Washington economy as a whole stronger, more sustainable, more empowered financially. So this is the Center for Business and Innovation. How many of you know about the Center for Business and Innovation? Oh, good. Lots of you. Okay, great. Terrific. Woohoo! So the Center for Business and Innovation is a partnership between the Thurston County Economic Development Council and the South Puget Sound Community College. And we put our resources together to become a one-stop shop for entrepreneurs, to be able to help businesses of all sizes, of all, anywhere that they might be in their business life cycle, from I'm thinking of starting up a business and I have multiple ideas, to I've already had a business for 30 years, but maybe I need to revamp my business model and adapt to changes in my industry or changes in the marketplace, right? You notice how fast things change in business these days?
Very fast.
Very fast, yeah. And if we don't keep up with it, we are usually on our way out, right? So it's so helpful for businesses to be able to get plugged into the resource that we are, so they can stay ahead of that change curve and really be innovators, both in, again, the local economy, in the regional economy, and in the state economy. So again, this facility is just a few blocks away on 6th Avenue. So if you haven't been over to see us, come over for a tour and let us show you all the resources that we have available for entrepreneurs. How many of you have a business? Lots of you. Okay, great. So this will be a very relevant conversation for you. Terrific. At the EDC, we are charged with recruiting, retaining, and helping to expand businesses in our area. So we go out and talk with businesses that are considering coming to Washington, that are considering coming to Thurston County, and invite them to come here and show them why they should come here. We also help businesses that are already here to stay in business, to overcome obstacles, to get the cash they need to move forward or to expand. We help them when they outgrow their location to find a bigger space as well. So we help them expand in every way, whether that's expanding their staff, growing their sales, expanding their area, geography or area that they market to, or expanding their physical space, or all of the above. So I just wanted to mention too, so the Center for Business and Innovation, which is a subset of the EDC, we are a catalyst for creating and growing high-wage, high-value private sector companies in Thurston County. It helps to create jobs. It helps to create better-paying jobs. And then, of course, when people have that income, that money goes back into our economy. Hopefully, they're making purchases from your small businesses. We're also advancing regional innovation and prosperity. We take a regional approach to this economic development. So we have literally over 100 partners that we're working together with to create a thriving regional economy. So these are some of the programs within the Center for Business and Innovation I just wanted you to be familiar with. Oops. My slides are automatically advancing. So again, we're a partnership between the EDC and South Puget Sound Community College. And within the Center for Business and Innovation, there are a number of different programs that support entrepreneurs. And I'm going to talk a little bit about each one so you kind of know what those are. The Washington Center for Women in Business, I'll tell you some more about shortly. There's our Service Corps of Retired Executives, or SCORE program, where volunteers come in and help. Folks who have lots of business experience, either entrepreneurial experience or corporate experience, volunteer their time to come in and help entrepreneurs, to mentor entrepreneurs so they can move forward. Our center also features a small business development center where we have a finance expert who can help businesses to get the funding they need to go forward. Right now, this year, we have a special program for Lacey veterans. So if you know a veteran who lives in Lacey, who wants to start a business in Lacey, they can apply for that program. And if they qualify, might get free business training, business coaching, or even some grant money to start their business. We have the Scale Up program, and we are one of the only Scale Up programs on this side of the country. There are 15 across the U.S. And this program helps businesses that have kind of plateaued. They've been in business at least 2 years, and they're doing $150,000 to $500,000 a year in gross revenue, but they want to grow. They want to do $1 million a year or more. So we help them make a plan and put all their systems and structures into place so that they can grow and become that $1 million plus a year business. And that program is free, by the way, so compliments of the SBA. Several of our programs here are funded by the U.S. Small Business Administration through your federal tax dollars. So please avail yourselves of these resources. They're fabulous. Thurston Energy is another program that they can help you to save, of course, on your overhead at home. Save energy, be more sustainable in both your business and your home. And then the PTAC, the PTAC symbol there you see, is our Procurement and Technical Assistance Center. And this is a statewide program that helps businesses to compete for government contracts. And the fact that government contracts are landed by Washington-based businesses like yours makes a very big difference, doesn't it? How many of you have a business and you have government contracts? You either work with local, state agencies, a few of you. Okay, great. So PTAC helps businesses land those government contracts, the businesses that are located here. So that money comes into our local or regional or state economy. Okay, did I get everybody? I think I did. Okay. So I wanted to tell you a little bit more about the Washington Center for Women in Business. We're a 3-year-old program. We're funded in part by the Small Business Administration. And we're an ally for women entrepreneurs. How many of you who have your own business have had the experience that sometimes entrepreneurship can be a lonely path, an isolated path? Yeah, I see some women raising their hands too. It can be. Sometimes it can feel really like you are on your own out there and everything is on the line. So we aim to be an ally and a resource. We offer coaching, and we can be an accountability partner, a sounding board, a listening ear, a cheerleader to celebrate your victories with you. And of course we provide technical assistance in the mix of all of that too, the how-tos of business. How do I get to that next level? How am I going to reach my next goal? And by the way, the Washington Center for Women in Business does not discriminate. Anybody who shows up and says, I want to develop myself as an entrepreneur, we will help you. So we help male-owned businesses as well. And we are charged specifically, though, with serving women who are socially or economically disadvantaged and making sure that they have access to our resources. But anybody who would like to participate in either our coaching program or training program, we can help. So every month we have different trainings on a wide variety of business topics, and I'm going to talk about what some of those are. We have our one-on-one coaching program where we provide coaching either in person, if you're here locally, or via Skype or phone for folks who are all around the state. We serve 34 of the 39 counties in Washington, and that's because there are 2 other SBA-funded women's business centers around the state. One is in King County and just serves King, and another is in Spokane and serves several counties on the east side. And we have sort of all the rest, as our model is to provide our services and to make them available online, so that anybody from around the state who wants to participate with us has a way to do that. A lot of the areas that we serve in are very rural. So it's a way that people in a rural community with a small business can access the kind of resources that we have here in Thurston County. Here's our web address if you'd like to check us out and find out more. Also, my business cards are on the table if you want to get in touch later and talk further. And let's see. Yeah, we covered all that. Okay, we're good. There's a few trainings coming up I wanted to let you know about. Of course, any of you would be willing to we'd be happy to have you participate. Or maybe someone that you know might be a fit to participate. Every month we start a new iteration of our business enterprise startup training, and that's where we teach all the foundational skills of starting and running your own business. And coming up on August 31st, we have a Women in Government Contracting event. It's a one-day workshop where we help women get ready to take on government contracts. You know, how do you do that? How do you market yourself to a government entity and land those contracts? And which certifications do you need? And what benefit is it to have those different certifications? Those are the kinds of questions that we'll be answering that day. And all of these trainings are listed on our website, by the way. So if you'd like more information or to register, you can certainly do that there. We have an online marketing series coming up, which will start September 9th. It's on Friday mornings, and it's an online class. So it's a live instructor-led webinar. But you can log in from anywhere where you have computer and internet connection to participate. And we're going to be talking about some really cool stuff in there. I'm super excited about that class. And then later in the fall, we'll have a program called Innovate Her. This one we do every year. And it's a program where we teach entrepreneurs how to pitch your business to angel investors. So it can be a critical turning point for a lot of folks. The first bit of it is we look at, is your business model investable? Is it a business model that someone would want to invest in? Then we help participants craft their pitch, and then they practice their pitches with a professional pitch coach to give them feedback. And then we end it with a live Shark Tank style competition where all the participants get to pitch their business to real angel investors and get feedback from them. And then whoever wins our local competition gets forwarded to Washington, D.C., to the National SBA office. And they then can be considered for the national finals, where SBA gives away $75,000 worth of prizes for those who win at the national level. So it's a great way for folks to be able to meet angels who might invest in their business, as well as refine their pitch and perhaps win some cash money with the SBA. We also have coming up this fall a couple of cash flow projections workshops, one in September and one in November. Those are for people who plan to seek a business loan and need to get their cash flow projections really dialed in and really come to understand and predict accurately what your income will be to the business in each revenue stream and what your expenses will be in the business each month for 2 years out. This is a critical piece of your loan package, and we help you assemble that loan package and then make introductions to bankers who might want to fund your project. So one of the things that we do is help businesses get access to capital, the money they need to either get started or to expand their business. Also each month we have an Ask the Bookkeeper workshop. And this is where you can bring your QuickBooks and ask tax questions or QuickBooks questions and say, did I record these transactions correctly? Or how do I fix this? Or anything you might have around accounting and finance and the tax side of life, we can help you with in one of those workshops. And we have had folks who wanted to just come and learn, how do I set up my accounting system, that come and live in the workshop, downloaded their QuickBooks, got their chart of accounts set up, and then we're ready to move forward by the end of the workshop. So that can be a great way to get your accounting system going if you're starting up. And then we offer legal services. We have fabulous local attorneys who volunteer with us to provide legal services. So it's very inexpensive to come in, have an hour, up to an hour on any one business topic that you may need to talk through. From, is my operating agreement valid? Do I need to include some more language in it? How do I draft a mediation clause? It could be those kinds of things. It could be what kind of legal entity should I start up? What kind of legal entity should I use for my business? It could be, is my idea patentable? And how do I trademark my name or my image for my company? So lots of possibilities there as well. This is the business enterprise startup training that I mentioned to you before. I just wanted to say a little bit more about it, where we teach how to start and run your business. We don't get too far in depth on any one topic, but we give a lot of broad strokes so you can understand what questions to ask and see where your gaps are. So we talk about feasibility and how to do your market research, how to really assess your business idea to see if it will work and how it will work. And the beauty of that is by the end of that process, you can see that your business will work and you can explain it to somebody else, like a banker. We talk about brand and competitive advantage, positioning, how to speak your value proposition. We really help you clarify who your target audience is, what your marketing strategy ought to be, and how you would go about implementing that. We talk about legal and licensing and permitting, risk management, insurance, how to set your pricing up, costs, keeping your costs down, of course, bidding on projects, how you go about that bidding process, how you make sure you're being profitable with each and every revenue stream in your business. We cover basic accounting and business record keeping, financial statements, cash flow projections and cash flow management, and what kinds of taxes businesses need to be concerned with in our state. And then of course, we talk about sales and contracts, right? Because if there are no sales, there's no business. So we help people get rolling on the sales side of life. And this is a little bit about our online marketing series coming up. Some of you might be a great fit for this. We're going to talk about list building and customer relationship management systems, how you expand your business in sales. Email marketing, online reputation management, which has become very important these days, hasn't it? How many of you use an online reputation management, like you go to Yelp when you're looking for like a restaurant or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. Social media platforms, how we use the different ones, if you want to be on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Pinterest or YouTube, why you would choose any one of those, and then how you would use it will be part of this course. Content strategy, like how to really position yourself as an expert in your field and how to deliver that content in the different ways that people might like to receive it. We'll be talking about blogging and podcasting and search engine optimization. This is going to be a really cool, fun class. So I wanted to tell you just a little bit more about each of the entities within the Center for Business and Innovation. This is a logo for the Small Business Development Center. So again, you can get help with your existing business, especially if you want to grow and expand, or you want a finance expert to really help you comb through your numbers. This is a great place to come in. And by the way, if you come to our front desk, Ryan, our fabulous office coordinator, will help you coordinate. If you're not sure which program should I go to, where should I start, then we can help you with that process. Get directed to the right people. We talked about PTAC and how you can find out about how you can find out about government opportunities, government contracts that are available, RFPs that come up, right? And you may want to get notification of those, which certifications you need, and how to land those government contracts. The SCORE program, again, where you can get mentoring with somebody with lots of business experience. And SPSCC has a number of really cool programs around entrepreneurship now. The Art Entrepreneurship Program helps artists take their art and really become profitable with it, like how to transition from just being a starving artist to being an artist in business and having that be either a part-time or a full-time income. There's the entrepreneurial certificate programs and great classes within that, where you can learn all the basic skills of entrepreneurship. And there are accounting classes for small businesses. So lots of cool resources. This fall, coming up, there'll be a class on how to start and run a nonprofit as well. So there's a whole mix of classes. Hopefully, how many of you get the SPSCC catalog at home in the mail? Okay, great. It just came out, the new one for fall. So if you look through there, you'll see a center section of it called for the Center for Business and Innovation, and it lists all the classes around entrepreneurship that are hosted at the Center for Business and Innovation. A lot of people don't know this, but we have a business resource library over at the Center for Business and Innovation. So you can come and look for books on particular topics. You can check them out for free. And it's a way, just a little lending library, but all business-based. Okay, and then I just wanted to give you my contact information in case you want to figure out how to get plugged into all these different resources. I'd be happy to help any of you. And again, for me, it would be an honor to help you as Rotarians, because I know your generous spirit. That's why people join Rotary. I believe in what you do. So I'd be very happy to help any of you to move forward on the business front, or to connect you to any kind of expert you need that can help you with your business.
Thank you. Let's give Liz a couple of minutes for questions. Any questions? Linnea?
I'd like to compliment the Center for Business and Innovation. I've used your services multiple times, and it's a great benefit.
Wonderful. Glad to hear it. Thank you.
Al?
Well, if somebody starts a business, what defines it as an entrepreneur?
What defines, if someone starts a business, what defines them as an entrepreneur? Was that the question?
Yes.
Well, I think that is open to interpretation, isn't it? There's a lot of possible definitions. Some people say, you started your business when you get your business license. Some say you really started when you have your first sale. So there's a lot of different ways one could define that. But I think entrepreneurship is a spirit, isn't it? It's a spirit of risk-taking and a willingness to be accountable for generating all of your own income and maybe some other people's income. Right? So for me, that would be one of the definitions, is that I have this attitude of accountability, that I'm really willing to take on generating all my own income and perhaps all of some other people's income and make a difference while I'm at it. That's one of the things that we see with women entrepreneurs, by the way, is women usually get into business because there's some difference that we want to make. And that's the primary motivator. And then we have to learn the financial aspect and that it's okay to make money at it as well. Whereas men very often get into business to build an asset, right, that you may later be able to resell or generate income from. So we can influence each other positively that way.
Any questions? Steve?
Do you have any stellar examples in the community that you can give us?
Stellar examples. Well, I have to get their permission to share their stories, but there are a few who have given that permission. So perhaps I'll share some of those. There are gals in our community who have started from an idea, a wish, a dream, and who've gone out and created a business and now are supporting. I know one gal that had no business. Again, it was an idea, and now a couple of years later is supporting her family of 4 and is the primary breadwinner there. So that's the kind of difference that we make. And if you go to our website, you'll see a ton of wonderful testimonials there where people speak in their own words the difference that we made with them. And many of their stories are very powerful. It's just great to see that women can take charge of their own destiny and begin to create the future they actually want. It's really very fulfilling.
Well, I have one last question. I'll take privilege on that. So what are the hours of the center? Are they Monday through Friday only and 8 to 5, or are there outside hours that people who are normally working during the day can access it at different times?
Yeah, wonderful question. So the Center for Business and Innovation is open 8:30 to 5, and we do a lot of things outside of that time frame. So those are our regular business hours, but we also make coaching and many trainings available either in the evening hours or on the weekends, so that people who have another full-time day job can still participate with us.
Okay. Let's give another round of applause. John left me the book. Don't forget about our book drive back there for South Puget Sound. Remember, we're competing against Gateway. There's a series of books in there. They can be used but not abused. So if you have some in your house and you want to clean them out, the grandkids are above that stage or level of reading or whatever, please bring them and put them into the book drive so that we can beat Gateway. I think we can easily do that. But I did find a book back there, and I don't know if somebody donated this or John had it in there from his collection that he chooses from. But normally, women in business, when they start business, it's a big thing. It's a big thing for anybody who starts a business. So today's book is called Lily's Big Day, and so I thought it was very appropriate with women in business. So I'd like you to sign it if you would, and then we'll donate it to the South Puget Sound Reading Association.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So thank you. I'll collect that.